Hey, okay, so today I'm doing the night market cookbook. I don't know how many of you guys know about night market. I know that it's an LA thing, but the chef, let me see, Kris Yenbamroong. I watched a couple interviews to try to figure out how to say it, but he's become kind of a celebrity chef, I guess, to a degree. Okay, I'm gonna pour myself a glass of wine while I talk. He was on, I don't know if any of you guys watch Munchie's Chef's Night Out, but he has kind of an infamous episode of Chef's Night Out because they go to a strip club, and his fiance at the time, I think they're married now, she gets super drunk really quick off of mezcal, and I would too. They were just doing shots after shot. And it's it's fun to watch because it's entertaining, but you really feel for the girl because you just know the amount, the headache drunkenness that I get from mezcal. No bueno. I do like the taste of it though. I like the smokiness of it. I just don't like the aftermath. It's not fun. Anyway, so this chef, he started in West LA. His dad actually opened up a restaurant called Talisai, I think is how you say it. I might be butchering that. And his dad was in finance or a banker, and he realized that there's no good Thai restaurants to take clients to. So he decided that he was going to open up a Thai restaurant, and he got his mother, Chris's grandmother, to come to LA and cook. And so some of the dishes, this dish that I made is actually one of her dishes because she started the restaurant, and there was tons of celebs that would go there. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, Brooke Shields, Warren Beatty, the Rolling Stones, all these celebrities would go there because it was on the Sunset Strip. And so his grandmother's cooking was at the time what everyone was eating. And then eventually Kris took over, and that's where these other dishes come from. But I really wanted to try some of what his grandmother. So this is a crab curry. Oh yeah, and I'm drinking wine because Kris firmly believes he's all about wine. And normally when people drink or eat Thai food, they drink beer. But he's just all about drinking wine with Thai food. So I looked at some of his matches and stuff, and I'm drinking a bubbly kind of white wine. Okay, let's try this. The crab is really good. Okay, the first thing that comes out at me is that I've eaten at his restaurant, and I've made some of his other dishes before, and his dishes are so spiced. They're really delicious, but I can already see that it's not spicy at all. Number one, it's not spicy at all. It's just it's flavorful. It's kind of seafoody curry. I was watching an interview that Kris and his grandmother did together with Bon Appetit, and she says that he cooks with a heavy hand. So she's just saying that she basically called him an alcoholic and says that he cooks he's just an alcoholic and can't really taste the more subtle flavors. But I'm definitely not an alcoholic, and I actually prefer his kind of zestier flavors, I think. We'll see. I'll have to try these other ones. This is still really good though. So basically what happened was Kris started taking over his dad's restaurant, and he started cooking his way, which is like very flavorful. I believe this is like northern Thai food. But a lot of people who try it they're like, this is not, authentic Thai food. He's definitely doing an interpretation of it. So he started taking over the restaurant, and then like all the customers got mad at him. He said that like they would come up to him and be like, you're ruining this restaurant. We're never coming back. You're driving it into the ground. So he had kind of like a little learning curve at, trying to figure out what people like and like what's too spicy and what's too salty, too sour. Because a lot of these foods are actually like a little bit fermented. I think the first thing that you should know about this cookbook is that almost all the recipes require some like pre-making of things. So in this crispy rice salad, you have to like sour the pork. So the pork has to sit and ferment for, it's either 24 hours in the fridge or overnight, which I just assumed was 5 to 8 hours, like at room temperature. And then the pork toro, which is my favorite thing, goes through a quick fermentation with sugar and salt. It sits for 20 minutes, and then you wash it off, pat it dry, marinate it, and then you grill it. And that gets dipped into here. This is so good. Grilled meat dipped into like a spicy sauce. So good. I don't know if I can get behind the wine with like the spicy. It's definitely not my like favorite combination. After Kris had the learning curve, he went to Thailand to live. And I think he went through a couple other places and learned some things, and he came back. They had like a little side part of his father's restaurant, and he like started doing stuff there for like his friends kind of to practice on. And then, it just became a thing, like it became really popular. And then he opened up a location in Silver Lake, which is the neighborhood I live in. And I tried it right when it first opened. The building is really cool. It's like bright pink. It says night and then a plus sign and market, but you just call it night market. The inside, the decor is like orange walls, like royal blue walls, and they have pictures of like Cindy Crawford and like hot models. So the atmosphere as you're like driving by, it looks really fun. So me and my friends went to try it. And one of the first things I remember is there's kind of a long wait. So we just got Prosecco while we were waiting. It's just a good memory. I just realized I wasn't really going anywhere with that, but except for I'm like drinking this and I'm remembering that and like eating the food. And I do like that combination. I think what I'm trying to say is he creates a really nice atmosphere so that in the restaurant you can kind of like drink some Prosecco, and then when you sit down you can have beer. And I think that's how I would prefer to do it. This is really good. This compared to this is like Like your taste buds are just going crazy. There's still an area for this though. It's just if you're craving that spice, it's really good. It's the lime, the fish sauce. This is almost like could be used when like something gets too spicy. You can just have a bite of this to like calm it down. So going back to the cookbook, I do think this cookbook is really hard. Not only do you have to like pre-make a bunch of stuff, and sometimes you have to do it like days in advance. So you can't just open up. I'm not saying for the crab curry, you can definitely just wake up and decide to make it. But for some of these, like you might have to have things ferment for like days or like a good amount of time. So it requires a lot of planning. A lot of like the recipes, especially for this crispy rice. This crispy rice recipe is crazy. Here, I'll just do, if I can get like a... So this is like, 4 different pre-made things that go into this. You have to fry up the peanuts and season those. You have to sour the pork and all of that seasoning. You have to prep the rice. So the rice has to get dried out and then you fry it. And then you make the dressing, which kind of goes along everything. And you know what the dressing kind of reminded me of? I don't know if any of you guys watch SAS ASMR, SAS ASMR. She makes like a seafood dipping sauce, and this sauce kind of reminded me of that. It's like red onion, limes, garlic, cilantro. This is my favorite thing at the restaurant. This is also the first time that I've made it, and it turned out really good. I've made the pork toro before. There's another recipe in here called Veggie seasonal curry. That's the first thing I made, and it was so good. It was like the best thing I've ever made in my kitchen. So it's like this cookbook, it takes a lot of work, but it's not undoable. I mean, it's not, but you can accomplish it. And it just takes like time. You just have to go step by step to do it. But it's not like so out of your league that there's like terms that I don't understand. There were some ingredients that I couldn't find. Some different like root spices and stuff. But it still tastes good without them. So another thing that I made were these chicken wings. These are one of my other favorite things at the restaurant. And something that they're known for, it's like painted outside of the restaurant, world famous fried chicken sandwich. You can only get it at lunchtime, and it's so good. It seems like they take like a whole thigh and they deep fry it that way. And the recipe for that is in the cookbook. I haven't tried it because I'm just like, when am I going to eat a whole sandwich? Like, I'm actually having some friends over and they're going to finish off the food I made because this actually made like a ton of food and I'm already getting full just eating it right now. So it's definitely a place to go when you want to kind of like get a few things and then share it. It's not really a place where you go and you get like your own dish. Because a lot of the stuff you want like your own side of sticky rice and then you want to get like these like little shareable things and then you just want to drink. It's kind of like bar food. He's said many times that he wants it to be like bar food. These are really good. Oh my God. I'm very impressed with myself. The sauce that you put on the outside has sugar in it, so it like really like crystallizes and crisps up. I love chicken wings. These are really good. Everything is really salty. Just like a heads up. One thing I do appreciate about this cookbook is like, even though he may not agree with his grandmother and his recipes are very different than hers, he still put them in the cookbook because he's like kind of celebrating where he came from. And I really like that. And I'm glad I got to try it. I would say like her cooking is like a couple steps above just like a regular Thai restaurant. There's like in LA, there's a ton of Thai restaurants. There's like actually a whole neighborhood called Thai Town. So that's kind of what his father was talking about when he said they needed like he wished there was a Thai restaurant that was slightly more upscale. It's because a lot of the ones that already exist are kind of more like low end, like almost like, would you call it like a diner style? Like when I think about like regular American cooking, I think of diner as like the lower end version, and then like a fancier restaurant, you know? So it's like, I guess why not? These are so good. I'm just like blown away. Because there are some things that like I have to get right. Like I can follow all the directions, but I still have to know how to like cook the chicken right. You know what I mean? And it's like just falling off the bone. I'm really impressed. The cilantro on top is like a really good combination to the sweetness. Eating wings is like the thing that you wish you didn't have to eat in front of people though, right? Clean the bone. It's very like, I don't know. I think people they feel uncomfortable when they have to like eat with their fingers. I mean, see, that's like a really nice, it's like the salty sweetness and then the bubbliness of the lime. Okay, I'm getting pretty full actually. It doesn't seem like a lot. Or maybe it does. To me, when all my portions are like in little bowls, it always is like, oh, that's not that much. But in reality, it's a lot. Okay. Everything I've made from this cookbook has been delicious. Nothing has ever been a fail. Nothing has ever been too hard that I got frustrated. The instructions are dead on. There's no guesswork, really. Like, when he tells you to cook the chicken, he tells you to cook it for 6 to 9 minutes. Same with grilling the pork. He pretty much tells you exactly what you need to do, which is why sometimes you'll go to a recipe and then you'll have to go to a couple other pages to figure out more things that go along with the recipe but there's like, he even talks about in the book, like if you make all of the different little things, like you can use them over and over again, and almost every recipe like uses them over and over again. And if you like saw during the part of the like preparation part, you saw that like, yeah, I bought white pepper, which is not a normal thing to have in your cabinet if you're not constantly cooking Thai food. But it's like I used it in every recipe. So, and it's not like it will go bad anytime soon. Okay, I'm going to take one last bite. I'm full, and it's like still really hot here in LA. So it's like when you get full and hot, get out of my way. So good. grilled meat is like the future of restaurants, I think. Like, it's so good. It's so simple. This is one of the best meals I've ever made. Like, it did take me all day to make this, but part of that was like waiting time for different things. But I give Night Market a 5 out of 5. Definite 5 out of 5. Kris, you're the man. A lot of people thought your Chef's Night Out was really sad, but I didn't. I'm here for it. I'm here for it all. I'm here for the drunken drama. Just kidding. You guys seem like the sweetest people ever. And your cookbook rocks. All right. Let me know if there are any cookbooks I should try. Let me know if you like this video, or let me know if you didn't. It's all good. Yeah. All right. See you next time.